Now, many of you will know that one of the things that we've been seeing coming from China is that they have been offering massive support to Nio. You will know that just last week I was telling you about Nio's government interventions, or some of the government interventions that led into Nio seeing some great success, some massive support, which took them out sometimes on difficult situations, like the situation we saw in 2020 where they were having a financial crisis, but the government came in. And we have been seeing ever since then Nio growing. The government always comes and invests into Nio, which is a very bold statement from the government to say that they want Nio to succeed, because like I always say, Nio is the golden child. I mean, last year we saw a government fund coming to inject $210 million onto Nio's power, acquiring some small portion of stake onto Nio Power, which again, this shows us the massive support that Nio has been receiving. There are other districts, cities in China where, though China as a whole was offering government subsidies, was offering subsidies or car subsidies onto each and every person buying new energy vehicle cars in China, there were some cities that were going an extra mile and offering more subsidies to cars that support battery swapping, which this just simply means that they were offering subsidies to cars like Nio, because Nio, it is king and all their cars supports battery swapping, which is something that is great. Now, the reason why I'm telling you about government's massive support onto Nio is, well, today we read that in Hefei, guess what? The government of Hefei is giving away massive subsidies onto people that buy cars or new energy vehicle cars that support battery swapping. This again, it is just massive. For this whole month until the 31st of March, Hefei will be offering massive subsidies to cars that support battery swapping. And if you did not know, Nio has got a factory in Hefei, and Hefei is making sure that they do whatever they can to make or to push Nio sales in that city, which this is massive. This is not the first time we are seeing the government or China giving an extra massive support into cars that supports battery swapping stations. Last weekend we were talking about GEC, who is a partner, or which is a new energy vehicle company that is a partner or that have partnered with Nio, saying that the government should give extra support, massive support into cars that supports battery swapping. And when you talk about some battery swapping and the fact that they've partnered with Nio, they are talking about, they just don't want to say government must give massive support to Nio swapping infrastructure. But because Nio is king, we know that all that GEC was saying is that to the government is that give more support to Nio's battery swapping station infrastructure, which this is massive, this is bullish. Now, Hefei coming and announcing this massive support, massive subsidies onto EV cars like Nio, it is absolutely great, because as soon as screen you notice that for Nio brand, the subsidies range from 6,000 RMB to 10,000 RMB, which is from $830 to 1,000 or over $1,300 of subsidies. 6,000 RMB to 10,000 RMB, $830 to $1,379. This is what Hefei is offering to those that buy cars like Nio, to those that buy cars that support battery swapping. And let me stress this again, Hefei, it is a place where Nio has got a Nio China headquarters, which is something that is massive, something that is great, and it is not the last time we are seeing this kind of support. So the Hefei will be giving over and above the 20,000 RMB that the Chinese government or China is giving away to all the people that are buying new energy vehicle cars. Those that are in Hefei, that goes and select Nio, over and above that they get these $1,370 when they buy Nio cars. But because you know that Anhui also supports battery swapping, guess what? Those that buy Anhui will be getting a 2,000 RMB subsidy, which is like over $200 when they buy their car, over and above the 20,000 RMB When you buy an Envoy, you'll get an additional over $200 when you buy the Envoy L60, which this is massive news. These are bullish news. This is great, and this shows the massive support that China it is giving to Nio. Last week we were talking about, of course, GAG is shouting out to China to give massive support to Nio. Last week we were also talking about Chinese battery swapping station being talked about or showing into China's national TV. And today we are talking about, or this week rather, we are talking about the massive support that Hefei just showed onto Nio by issuing subsidies from between 2,000 RMB, that is for Envoy, 6,000 RMB to 10,000 RMB, that is for the Nio main brand. Which this is very good, because guess what? All these subsidies, they lead into one thing, and that is they boost Nio deliveries. So deliveries around Hefei onto Nio, guess what? They are going to spike there because of the massive subsidy that Hefei government is offering onto Nio. This is the blue sky, the news that we are talking about today. And boy, I must say, I cannot wait for the numbers for March, because a lot of people are putting Nio, or they say Nio will never get the 20,000 onto Envoy. Nio will never sell plus 30,000, which, by the way, that's my prediction for this month. But let's wait, let's see. I mean, over and above these subsidies that we are getting from Hefei, the subsidy that we are getting from the overall Chinese government, and we have got the discounts that Nio, the incentives that Nio is offering to those that buy their Envoy car and their Nio models, which is something that is so great, and we look forward to that. So yeah, man, I just thought I'd give you this quick update. Tell me what you think about this. I think blue sky is coming. Those that are persevering will most definitely be rewarded with time. I know share price wise, Nio might not be trading where you want it to, but we shall be rewarded with time. Like this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to share this video, man, because on a daily basis I give you the latest developments, latest news coming from Nio, and these are some of the most wonderful news that we are reading this week. I don't think there are more good news than this one this week that we have read, and therefore this to me is what made my week when I look into Nio, right? Which is something that I'm happy about, I'm excited, and hopefully things continue to be better for Nio. I will see you on the next one, and God bless you all.